I'm just doing a commentary. You can look at my hand. And I'm talking about the Nancy Guthrie kidnapping ransom situation. Now, this is all alleged. I'm just a lady who can't afford to be sued. So I'm just giving my uneducated opinion. But, as someone who considers herself very intuitive, we all knew that this thing just smelled very bad from the very get-go. Okay, and everybody blamed the son-in-law, and the authorities have since cleared the son-in-law. Okay, because I've known a lot of ladies, and I've known the type of men they get married to, and they usually want the family's money. It made sense, right? It made sense that maybe the news lady's sister doesn't have as much money as she did, right? And they got jealous. They saw how she's spending her money and all that stuff. And the son-in-law said, I know a way to get some money now. Let's off the mother-in-law, right? But anywho, so he was my first suspect. It was the other suspect that I have in mind is just a stalker, just a random dude that's been watching the Savannah Guthrie on the news or on the TV for how many ever years and became obsessed with her. Okay, it's called a parasocial relationship where you've given so much of yourself, and then nowadays celebrities have their, not only are they on TV, they have their own social media accounts. So whereas before there was a few cuckoos that would watch them on TV and get a little obsessive. Now they get to even go further and delve into their life. And of course, Savannah had posted pictures of her and her mother, and it just goes, the way the minds of humans work is very, it's a very wondrous thing, but it's also very scary because, someone can leave a comment on your social media, you respond back, all of a sudden they think that they're in a full-blown relationship with you. Okay, so number one was the son-in-law, number two is just a random stalker, okay, and number three, allegedly, I allege that it might even be Savannah herself. Of course, I don't think she took her own mother out or maybe did the dirty work herself, but I think that maybe sometimes when people look real nice on the TV and they look like a real saint, they get some dark secrets, and maybe she didn't like her mother. Maybe her mother was, great for a photo op, but maybe deep down inside she didn't like her, okay? She had some resentment towards her. Maybe all her life she favored her other daughter, and Savannah was like always driven to compete and be the best, and maybe she did become the best, but career-wise, but deep down inside she was still that resentful little child. But get this, okay? So imagine, okay, your mother, the one who birthed you, who raised you, who brought you to these outer limits. Imagine you got all this money, okay? It's not like you're struggling to pay any bills, okay? Maybe you can't afford to give it all away, but you're not struggling, okay? For $10 a month, okay? For the Google surveillance system, whatever the hell it's called. I had the name in my head, I forgot. The Google camera backup data thing, okay? To store the stuff is $10 a month, $100 a year, whatever. $10 a month. You would think someone as so high profile as Savannah Guthrie, okay, being in high profile celebrity, okay, I consider a high profile celebrity, you think that she'd want her family to have the best surveillance possible because of possible stalkers. So you mean to tell me that she couldn't even afford to pay for her mom's bill? Maybe she didn't pay her mom's bills, but she could have afforded for her mother to have a proper security system. That in itself is a very, very big telltale sign that maybe the mother wasn't as loved and cared for as we think she was. Because let me tell you, like, even being on social media, you got to have things set up that your family is safe. You know, even if you just appear on the local news, you got to make sure that you have proper security systems in place, because you'll get people outside your house having a looky-loo and being nosy, and they're not good people, okay? So you mean to tell me that someone so high profile couldn't afford to pay her mom's $10 Google thing? And not only that, like that hindered the what's it called? The investigation? That's all I'm gonna say about this. It's all alleged. This is only my opinion, and this is only for entertainment purposes only.